And, you know, the catfish, Steven comes up, and he's like, yo, how you doing? The dragon's like, because dragons are like cats, we just decided that just now. And he's like, magnificent. And the catfish is like, oh, well that's good. So, dragon, you have wings. Tell me, dragon, what have you seen? Dragon, what in the world is the most interesting thing that you've seen, dragon? You in the purple with the D. The most interesting thing that I have ever seen. That's a hard one. I'd have to say it's the souls of many people. And the catfish says, really? What can you tell me about this? And the dragon says, well, there are many strange and varied people in the world. And they're always running about. See, people are a lot like mice. They're constantly flickering and flurrying, going from one to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. They never seem to stop and wait. The souls of many people, therefore, are the most interesting thing that I have ever seen, said the dragon. And the catfish said, yes, that's very interesting. And he went on his way, kept swimming. And then catfish came to a little bay area with a little dock set up. And on the dock, the catfish saw, it's the mask. He saw a robot. And there was a robot on the dock, and he was loading, and he was unloading. The catfish said, robot. And the robot went. Catfish said, robot! And the robot went. And the catfish said, robot, it's really not good to not pay attention to people. What are you doing, robot? And the robot went. And on that day, the catfish learned there are just some people that you cannot talk to. And so the catfish, he went on his way, kept on swimming, kept on swimming, kept on swimming, kept on swimming, until the catfish came to a dam. And on the dam, he saw, I need someone, just put your hand up. I'm going to call someone by hand. Give me a second. Yes, you, with the beard. It's a very nice beard, by the way. I like your glasses. What did the catfish see?
A rock lobster.
He saw a rock lobster! I like that, by the way. I do. There's a book about a lobster. Anyways, and so the catfish, he saw the rock lobster up there. And he said, lobster, what is the most interesting thing that you have ever seen? And the lobster replied, The catfish said, no, lobster, not do you want to regurgitate food. What is the most interesting thing you have ever seen? To which the lobster replied, scarf, next to green hair. Yes, you, that's pointing at yourself.
Hi.
And so he replied, hi. And the catfish was a very smart and a very wise man, so he said, yes. A new friendship. That is the most interesting thing that anyone could ever see. I'm very glad to meet you, lobster. And the lobster said, Well, the catfish was quite tired of the lobster, even though he had made a new friend, which is always wonderful, because we like making new friends. Yay! Oh, I was hoping more people would do the hand thing. I was really looking forward to that. Oh, hand thing! Oh, I'm very excited now. That makes me happy. It does. My heart's actually over here, not over here. Forgot just momentarily. In my happiness, I forgot. Anyways, so the catfish, he went, and he took a good look at that dam. He went, and he cleared the dam in a single leap, which is good because if he hadn't, he would have been in trouble. Very big catfish like that would not like to be on a dam. And the lobster said, oh, well, I never. And then he went back into the, area, the water. He went back into the water, yes, that's where he went. He went back into the water and he found a nice little round house for himself to live in. It already had food in it, and he was a very happy lobster for the rest of his days. I'm sorry, that wasn't funny at all. And so the catfish kept swimming, kept swimming, kept swimming, kept swimming. What did he find? And he found a frog. And the frog, he was actually stuck in a little dune. It was a very sad place for a frog to be. And the catfish said, hello, frog. And the frog said, ribbit. And the catfish said, I agree, you do look tasty. And that's where we're going to end that particular story. Now I'm going to tell another story about my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather Phineas. And that is this one. This is the story of how Phineas beat the dragon. So, after having his ear bitten off, he felt the need to show a little bit more bravado, if you will, because now he'd been shot up by a goat. So he was sitting around the fireside one day and he was like, yes, I was beaten by a goat, but in my younger days, he was now a very old man of 26, you see. Well, back then, that was an old age. I mean, he married at like 12 or whatever, anyways. Don't do that nowadays, that's weird. But he was now a very old man of 26, and he said, well, in my younger days, I beat a dragon. Multiple dragons, in fact. And so his friend, the same one with the goat, in fact, said, ha, you've never beaten a dragon? And Phineas said, yes, I have. I challenge you to prove I haven't. To which, of course, his friend replied, I challenge you to prove you have. And Phineas now, having to prove himself, because clearly he did, he went out, and he packed up his things, and he went out and he journeyed out, had his big sword, big claymore of a sword, and he was traveling about, and Phineas, after about 4 days, he realized that he didn't pack enough food. And so Phineas became very hungry. And he said, well, I will never find a dragon this way. So he sat down and he thought. And he thought. And he thought. He was a very bright man, so it took a while. And he thought, and he thought, and he thought. And then he said, ha! I have it. And so he went down to the river and he fished, and he got several fish, so he was once again full. And then he went to the mountains. Well, not really the mountains, the hills, if you will, because remember, lowlands. He went to the hills, and he found that black goat that had taken his ear. He said, ha ha ha, this time, I have a sword. So he took his sword and he brought back the head of a goat to prove that he had killed a dragon. And now you're all saying, what good is a goat going to do you? Well, but it doesn't end there. You see, Phineas was a bright man. Well, not really. So he put the fish scales on the goat head, right? And he took it back, and it was very clearly a goat. And they were all sitting around the fire when he could aim back, so he went in and he said, nah, see, I've done one better. I've taken the head of a chimera. And he very quickly threw it into the fire so they wouldn't discover what he'd done. And that is the story of how Phineas killed a chimera. Okay, Keep going? Okay, perfect. I've got plenty of stories. What will our next story be about? Let's see it really... What?
Ralph the Wonder Llama!
This is something. Is this an existing character?
Does this look existing to you?
And I cannot use it. Because I cannot ruin your fandom, and that would make me sad if I did.
No, literally, it's just a llama named Ralph the Wonder Llama. You
Oh.
can go ahead and use it.
Wonderful. Well, in that case... Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there was a llama named Ralph. And he was a wonderful llama. His llama herder always told him so. So he knew it was true, because llama herds don't lie. And so, he was a very fluffy llama, and he would go about, as llamas do, prancing about and eating the grass and things that llamas eat.
I dropped my phone. Can you grab it?
One day, he met two llamas with hats. He then decided that they were terrible people and he was never going to talk to them again. And he went to himself. But at the same time, he wondered, I need something to put on my head. All of the people have things to put on their heads. Even those other llamas that are terrible people have things to put on their head. What will I put on my head? I don't have an answer. I heard a TV first, actually, and that man has a TV on his head, so we're going to go with that. And so, he goes out to the Radio Shack, and he says, "Bah." I don't know if that's loud enough, that's what he said. And the Radio Shack guy said, "What?" And he said, "Bah." Radio Shack guy said, "What?" And he started looking around for the camera, because there's always a camera when the llama walks into a Radio Shack, right? He's looking for the camera, can't find the camera. And the llama realized there are no TVs in Radio Shacks. And so he continues on his way, and he finds a Best Buy. He goes into the Best Buy. When no one's looking, he's like, "Here, I'll put it on my head. And then I'll just walk through the checkout, and it'll be great." And so they put it on his head, and he walks through the checkout, and they just can't figure out what to do with him. So they're like, Anyway, so that's where we're going to end that story, because they are ready for me. I have just one final thing to say, and that is this. I've been working with this convention since year one. And I have to be perfectly honest, I've seen this grow into something wonderful. And I just want to say that I appreciate all of you for coming so very much. It means a lot to the staff that you're coming out to this convention. We put all of our time and effort that we can, and we love so much that you guys love what we're doing here, and I just wanted to say thank you for that.
Round of applause for doing this job. She did it again. She tried killing me. I think I'm untouched this time.
What are you talking about? I told him I didn't do it. Right?
I don't trust you.
Give the wink. Aw.
Thank you again.
Oh, you do now.
Of course I do. Right. Thank you again for coming to our attendance. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everything. We have a special other few thanks besides yourselves.
Yeah, we have a couple things. For not only for you guys for all coming. First, we'd like to thank all of our contestants for being here tonight. So, round of applause for all of them. And we always look forward to seeing more cosplays, more people participating in the cosplay contest every year, and you don't have to cosplay when you go to an anime convention. It's easier to just talk to someone else. It's like, oh, they're cosplaying as Darth Maul. I should stay away from him. Or, oh, that person's cosplayed as Grell. He, she is cool. I don't know what which other is Grell. And there's another Grell. So you just know, okay? I'd also like to thank our cosplay judges for being here tonight. So thank you very much, cosplay judges. In order to set this stuff up, not just here, but at the entire convention, we have our hotel staff that actually have helped us out working with our convention staff in the equipment department. So I'd like a round of applause for both the hotel staff and equipment.
I'd like to thank you, but you're trying to kill me too much.
Then I'm not going to thank you then. That's what it's going to be.
Anna, did you have a couple things for us? By the way, the head of our cosplay contest, she's the one who organized everything this year. Anna, Betty, take a bow.
I'd like to thank these two wonderful people. I'd like to thank all our contestants if we didn't already. I want to thank my husband who helped me make these trophies. Very wonderful. Go Foxes, you guys.
I would like to thank one more person.
Yes.
I would like to thank Adam Pickard for doing the Maze Hughes memorial thing. So thank you for participating.
Your daughter's lovely, don't let anything otherwise.
In 100 years, we'll still do another one. Just in case.
All right, and I'd like to thank Faye Cakes Cosplay for donating for Best in Show a $15 gift card to Joanne's Fabrics. So you can continue crafting! Oh, so many more things I don't know. I have to thank all my judges. I don't know if I already thanked them. They deserve so much thanks. They put in so much time, you guys. I want to thank John, wherever he went, for being my right-hand man today at the very, very last minute. You're so many more things. If I forgot anyone, I am so sorry.
Let's get into the awards.
Awards?
Awards?
I
I think that's what everyone over here is waiting for.
Sorry? Oh, I thought it was for that candy earlier.
All right, you guys can go bring them.
So, who wants or needs a microphone?
We're going to start with honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions.
Okay. Or just honor. So we're going to start with our honorable mentions. First one goes to Peter Michael.
Come up on stage, Peter Michael.
And we decided to give this award because his playing of his ocarina was fantastic.
Who's for picture? Take a bow.
Our next honorable mention goes to Kira Erickson for her cell shading makeup.
Judges' Choice Awards.
All right. So my Judge's Choice Award goes to Melissa Wallace for her fairy tale costume. I loved how clean her costume was and her choice of fabrics, and to actually make sure all of her fabrics were cohesive.
So my my judge's choice goes to Elise McCready for Femme Thor. And this is because in a world of heroes and cosplay, Pokemon bikinis, and Jessica Negri, a girl walks in a bikini and you kind of have an idea about her. And she came in and told us how much she loved her character, and she did a great monologue and showed us a lot of heart and a lot of true nerd spirit. So. And my
award goes to Michelle Duffrin. For her shoes, she drew on her shoes the Ocarina of Time. Lift up your dress, darling. They're wonderful.
Well, as much sewing as I tend to be doing these days, in my heart of hearts, I am a prop guy. And I'm also a sucker for an original design. And this individual not only kept his outfit consistent to the period that he was going to, he kept his props as authentic looking as possible, which is why I give my award to John Haverty, the assassin of Nokuma. Finish him off.
Finish him.
All right, finally, my judge's choice goes to Matt Lurk for not only making an obi, a full obi, tying it, wearing those ridiculous shoes, and being man enough to wear water balloon boobies all day.
Runner-ups and first place in each category.
Let's
All right.
do this.
All the
Little spotlight, yes.
Okay. Beginner.
Yes, I'm
Now-
pretty sure they're sick of hearing us at this point.
Who could get sick of me then? All right. Novice. Runner-up. Thank you. Microphone stand. Sound director. Microphone stand. MC. Cristobal, everyone. Novice. Runner-up. Reina Innocenti. Go in the bathroom, you'll figure it out.
I was in there.
Yeah, it's cold in there.
I like this.
You're great.
So it's great.
First place for novice, Lauren Long. Journeyman, runner-up. Everybody ready? Ryan Saunders.
Only in Wisconsin will you find a cosplayer whose father slayed the deer, who he skinned and tanned the hide to make his accurate deerskin leggings.
All right, first place, Journeyman, Caleb Echo. Come on up here, Lord.
I think you blue screen.
runner-up, Sam Simmons, Adrian Linder, and Jasmine Linder. Our lovely little
Oh. You guys can hold that. You want it. Not the hero.
First place for Master, Kate Bruner, Jason Bruner, and Aaron Hazen. Wonderful job. Best skit goes to the Emma Simon Group. Wonderful, wonderful. Now we have an award for Best Prop, everyone. This award goes to Ross Kuna. Brave enough to be the first one on stage. Alrighty. And Best in Show, what you've all been waiting for. Can I get a drum roll? Sumidoku Magic Thank you so much, all my contestants. You made me cry from the minute this started when you said you were all ready. You guys, you're gonna make me cry, I'm gonna make you cry, we're all gonna cry. Wait, this is getting really sad. Let's stop crying. You're gonna make me cry. Stop it. You don't, oh, okay, sorry. Riza, it's a story. Alright. That is it. You guys have any closing words, closing statements? Thank you all for coming. Don't stampede. We'll see you at the dance.